Good afternoon, Internet, and welcome to my third video. My name is Anna, and today I'm going to be talking about the 7 things I just don't have time for. Now, these are specific items to my beauty routine. And obviously, I did not come up with the concept for this video entirely by myself. This is heavily inspired by Jenna Marbles and the 2 videos that she made quite a long time ago about things she doesn't have time for. I think the first video was actually uploaded 5 years ago, and I recently rewatched it, and it is hilarious. It really stands the test of time. And if you haven't seen those videos, you need to go dig through YouTube and find them. I really, really recommend it. And if you have seen them, but it's been a while, they stand up, and it's worth a rewatch in my opinion. So that being said, that's where the inspiration for this video comes from. And I've recently seen beauty YouTubers take that concept that Jenna started and then make it specifically about makeup. So I know that Smokey Glow has recently done one that it's specifically about her makeup routine, and that's where I'm going with this video today. So 7 things I just don't have time for. Number 1 is lashes. Now, I love lashes. I think they're beautiful. They look amazing on Instagram, and most people who wear them regularly, it's just you grow accustomed to their lashes looking like that, and it becomes part of their personality and their appearance, and it looks, I don't know, it looks normal. I just don't like the way they look on me. I think they look over dramatic and cumbersome and just not comfortable. Now, you have to take a couple things into consideration with me specifically. Number 1 is, even though I haven't been wearing glasses in my YouTube videos, I wear glasses on a regular basis, pretty much every single day. And so it would not make sense to wear lashes underneath glasses. They would be rubbing up against the glass, and it just would not be comfortable. And you wouldn't really appreciate them anyway. So while I have worn fake lashes on occasion, usually for Halloween or New Year's Eve, it's not something I would ever put the effort into learning to do on a regular basis, because my second issue with them is they don't really work with my hooded eyes. And I'm going to lean forward so you can kind of appreciate the way my eye shape works. But when I open my eyes completely, my eyelids crease and then roll over themselves, and to the point where if I were to be wearing fake lashes, they would roll up and brush this part of my eye to the point where I would find it frustrating and irritating and just want to take them off. So it's not worth my time. They look beautiful from afar, and maybe I can muster it for like once, twice a year, but not something I would ever have time for on a regular basis. Number 2, liquid liner. Same problem here. My lash line and the way that it works with my hooded eyelids, it doesn't lend itself to liquid liner. I have no idea how to do a cat eye without messing it up because of my hooded eyes. As soon as I blink once, the line is messed up, it's creased, it's bleeding, it's like leaking into the crease of my eyelid. I just can't do it. I can do a really thin liquid liner right on the edge of my lashes and make that look semi-natural or just a little enhanced, and it'll be okay. But I can't do a cat liner, and I most often don't use any liner at all, especially a liquid liner. I have 3 different kinds, and I feel like I've wasted my money on all of them because I don't use them. I mean, I'm trying to think of the last time I actually reached for them, and it was probably maybe 5 months ago. And that was just because I was like, oh, I should probably use this. I haven't used it in a while. Like, I don't need them. It's a waste of money for me to even have them or to spend money on them. They don't look good on me. I don't like the way they apply. It doesn't look great with my eyelid shape. And they tend to make my eyes water, which is why I avoid number 3, which is pencil liner. I don't line my waterlines. I used to. And I've come to realize that it really irritates my eyes. And my eyes get irritated so easily at this point that why would I do anything to make it worse? Because once they start watering, it's the whole eye look is gone. It's a matter of time before it's trashed and I look like I slept with this makeup on. And what were you thinking coming to work like this? Like, you look ridiculous. So it starts with just watering in the corner and dripping down here so that it can't hold any product on the lower part of my lid. But then it starts to creep up the crease of my eyelid right where my hooded eye is. and creep around so that it can mess up every single bit of the upper part of my eyeshadow. And then it's all gone. And it's just ruins everything. So why? I know that it looks great to the people who can wear this. And on the rare occasion that I can put it on without accidentally poking myself or having any irritation at all, it looks beautiful and it can be really sexy and really pretty and like really glam. But it's such a rare chance that I can do that without messing up or without irritating my eye. It's like, why bother? Why take the chance? Your eyes are going to look just as good. I mean, maybe not as sultry without the liner, but I mean, they're going to look nice and without the risk of it being completely ruined by watery eyes. So I don't have time for pencil liner. In fact, I don't have time for any liners at all because number 4 is lip liner. Like, I love lipstick, and it's probably the thing that really got me into makeup, but the only time I truly reach for a liquid, not a liquid lipstick, the only time I truly reach for a lip liner is when I'm wearing a bullet lipstick, and I don't wear them very often. My go-to lip looks are going to be a lip gloss, a chapstick, or if I want to be bold, a liquid lipstick. I love liquid lipstick, and I never ever wear lip liner with them. It's not necessary. The brands that I've fallen in love with, the formulas that work for me, they're very opaque. I don't need that to make it more solid. I don't need it to keep it in boundaries. As long as I apply it correctly, it'll stay put, and I don't need any additional help from a lip liner. I really, truly only use lip liners when I'm using a bullet lipstick. And since I rarely ever wear those to work, it's really only on the weekend or when I want a special effect. I just don't have time for them. And this one is out of pure laziness. The other ones, I feel like I have legitimate reasons. I wear glasses. I have hooded eyes. My eyes water. What's the point? It's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of product. I shouldn't own those products. This one is out of pure laziness. And I have a lot of lip pencils that I don't use because of this reasoning. Because I don't reach for my bullet lipsticks the same way I reach for my liquid lipsticks. So there you go. I'm lazy. Number 5 is lightening contour. I don't know if many people who are my exact shade of paleness do this, so maybe it's pretty normal. But when I contour, and I don't do it that often, but when I do contour, I only really use the darker shades to kind of chisel a little bit here. And I use chisel very loosely because, as you can see, I have a melon head with very full puffy cheeks. And I usually accentuate the roundness of my face because I'd rather just go with my features than try to work heavily against my features. So if I were to do a little bit of contour, I'm using the darker shades and I'm avoiding the lightening ones. I don't feel the need to lighten under my eyes anymore. I feel like it looks, I don't know, it just looks unnatural. It kind of reminds me of, this is gonna sound terrible, but it just kind of reminds me of like a little old lady who just like trying to cover the darkness. And with me, with how pouty my eyelids are, it's just better if they are the same color and tone as the rest of my face, because I don't need it to be lighter, in which case it draws more attention to that. And again, I'm not complaining with the way my face is shaped. That's just the way it is. I would rather play up my features than try to fight against them. So in making that decision, I don't lighten in any areas. I'm already pale, so I might darken or bronze or deepen certain areas, rose them up with some blush or like make them a little shinier with some highlighter, but I'm not going to lighten them because I'm already so pale and I don't want to draw attention to any of my features that are less than desirable. So I don't contour with concealers like a lot of people do, where they'll put a lighter concealer right here and really lighten up their eyes. I don't do that. I've really gone away from that. And in fact, I recently invested in a concealer that was the exact same shade as my foundation so that I could avoid making that mistake in the future. All right, so what's next? Number 6, baking. I never did bake. I never had the powder to like bake, and I never had the desire. And then when I finally got some translucent powder in a BoxyCharm box subscription, I had, I don't know, mixed results to the point where I was not a fan of it. I didn't like the way it looked. And I know part of that is probably my lack of understanding and my lack of knowledge of how to do it properly. But I truly don't understand the point of baking. If I was going to do a crazy eye look, I would do that before I did my foundation. And if I wasn't, then I don't need to worry about eyeshadow falling down there. And if it's truly about keeping that in place, just keeping the foundation in place and not about fallout from your eyeshadow, then again, I don't understand, because I'm using powder products like blush and bronzer and highlighter all in that area, that all of those powder products are going to be mattifying that part of my face anyway. Why would I need to put a translucent powder on it? And maybe this is my ignorance, or maybe it's me not wanting to spend money on a product that doesn't seem to have a real need in my life, or just keeping things simple. I mean, I have multiple steps to my beauty routine when I go ahead and apply my face. And this is one that I've purposely chose to skip. So I guess I just don't have time for it. I don't know. I don't feel it necessary. And then there's my last one, number 7. So this is it. This is the last one. And that is doing my brows first. I really don't understand why people do their brows first. And maybe it's just because I'm a very messy person. And if I were to do my eyebrows first, I would really just end up messing it up between putting on my foundation and putting on my eyeshadow. I would probably end up getting glitter in my brows, or like a shimmer in my brows, or like a concealer in my brows, and it would not look good, and I'd have to redo it or fix it or add more product to my brows to hide the fact that I accidentally got something in there that shouldn't be there. So I tend to do my brows almost last. So I rarely ever do my eyeshadow first. So I'm going to do my face first, then I'm going to do my eyeshadow, then I'm going to do my brows, then I will spray my face with like setting powder, or not setting powder, with setting spray, and then I'm going to do my mascara and my lip look. And that's the way I do it. And I always save those brows until after my face and my eyeshadow is done, because I do not want any of those products in my eyebrows. It's just not appealing. I don't know. And with what I use to do my eyebrows, I use the Gimme Brow and the Foolproof Brow products from Benefit. I just do the wand everywhere, and then I use it's like not really a pomade and it's not really a powder. I think it's more of a powder than a pomade. But the Foolproof Brow just towards the end tail to kind of fill in the bald spots. And it's way easier, in my opinion, to do at the end of my makeup look. And I know that wouldn't be the case for everybody, but personal preference. So whatever works best for you is what works best for you. But I do not have the time to do my brows first and then have to fix them at least twice in the process of doing the rest of my face. So they're always going to be last. Well, that's it. Maybe you agree with me. Maybe you agree that all of these things are just not worth your time, and you can like give me a thumbs up and say, hey, I hear you. And maybe you're like, no, Anna, you don't understand. The lashes are very important. I will always make time for lashes. I will skip this other step more often than I will ever skip lashes. So if you disagree with me, that's okay. Put it in the comments. Tell me what you just don't have time for in your beauty routine, or maybe just like do a Jenna Marbles and what you just don't have time for in general. Like, I don't have time for people who don't use their turn signals. All right. Just because we live in a small town doesn't mean that everybody knows where you're going. Okay. Carol, put on your turn signal. All right. All right. Have a nice day, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.